I think they have to be clear that they have to do the emission control because people don't accept it any longer, that there are sulfur emissions, that there are PM. So I think they have to be very quick in installing any kind of scrubbers or filters. Second, we have to have legislation on LNG because at the moment it's very difficult in a lot of harbors to port with LNG, so we need a European or even better international equal legislation on LNG handling, because at the moment it's nearly not possible except you have only 2 ports to call. Third, it would be very good if people realize that the future has to be with cradle to cradle. That means that everything which has to be built has to go back into cycles so that the resources you can get back. So I think that are the 3 points which have to be really for the future being put away. I think it was quite clear that the next ship we will have has to be the benchmark for the cruise industry, so we want to have all the features which are driving into the future. Means dual fuel gives us the opportunity to take traditional kinds of fuel, but also LNG if it's legally possible, especially in ports. It is very important because then we can reduce the emissions of SO2 and PM to zero, and NOx also about 30-40%. So that's quite good for the harbors because cruise ships are about 40% of their time in harbors. And the second thing is that all the other features which we have, like for instance also the MALT systems, which is a bubble system, so it's better floating like on the carpet, or we have wastewater treatment, ballast water treatment. All these things are needed and necessary for the future and for the whole shipping industry, and I think it is be clear that when we want to be good people for holidays, and people want to have nice holidays in clean air, clean water, then we have to set the example, and I think that will be the future. I think it is very important that people exchange where they stand and what the future will be, because I think a lot of companies have a lot to bring into the discussion because they invent things, but they have to be in the normal business. But also they have to realize that the public and the people, expect more than simply compliance. And I think if that is clear, then you can come forward and get to better standards and better technologies altogether, and everybody will profit from that.